The tactical knife industry has a dirty secret, and it is this: steel is steel. A blade does not know how much you paid for it. It does not cut deeper because you spent $300 instead of $50. It does not deploy faster because the brand has a skull in its logo. And yet every single day people walk out of knife shops and scroll through online retailers paying $400, $500, sometimes $600 for a folding knife made with the same steel grade as a blade that costs a tenth of the price. That is not craftsmanship. That is marketing. And on the other end of that spectrum, there are people buying $9 gas station tacticals made from mystery metal that will snap the first time they twist it under load. Both groups are getting robbed. Today I am going to name 5 tactical knife brands taking your money and giving you disappointment, and 5 hidden gems that will outcut every single one of them for a fraction of the cost. By the end, you will know the one question that separates a knife worth carrying from one that belongs in a junk drawer. Let us start with the brands draining your wallet. Number 5 is every Amazon mystery brand you have ever seen with the word tactical in the listing. M-Tech, TacForce, anything with a listing title 40 words long that includes the words military grade, ultra sharp, and survival, all in the same sentence. These are not knife companies. They are injection molding operations cranking out blade-shaped objects from unspecified stainless steel, usually something in the 440A range or worse, with pot metal handles dressed up in black oxide coating and aggressive jimping that exists entirely for the photograph. The listing says stainless steel because they cannot name the actual grade without embarrassing themselves. The MSRP says $79, marked down to $14.99, because the entire business model is built on the illusion of a deal. These knives will not hold an edge through a single cardboard box. The locks are imprecise, the pivots are sloppy from day one, and when the blade folds on your fingers because the liner lock slipped under any real pressure, there is no warranty, no customer service, and no recourse. You did not buy a knife, you bought a prop. Number 4 is a name that might surprise you because they have genuine heritage. Smith & Wesson branded knives and, while we are here, most Gerber tactical folders. Smith & Wesson does not make knives. They license their name to a company that makes knives, and the difference matters enormously. You are paying a premium for a roll mark that was earned by revolvers, not by blade steel or heat treatment. Most of these folders ship with 8CR134V or 7CR17HEOV steel, which is absolutely fine at a $20 price point, but insulting at $50 or $60. The fit and finish rarely justify the brand tax. And Gerber, despite having some legitimate winners in their lineup, has leaned heavily into the big box tactical market, with folders that prioritize shelf appeal over edge geometry. The honest caveat for Gerber is that some of their higher-end models, the Sedulo and the Fastball in particular, are genuinely excellent. But the bulk of their tactical lineup, the stuff with the spring assist and the partially serrated blades, is riding a brand name that was earned in a different era. Number 3 is Emerson Knives. And before the wave opener loyalists come for me, hear this out. Ernest Emerson designed the modern tactical folder. He invented the wave opener, which is a genuinely brilliant piece of engineering. His influence on the industry is enormous and undeniable, but influence and execution are two different conversations. An Emerson CQC7 retails for around $185. For that money, you get 154 cm steel, which is a perfectly good mid-range steel that dozens of brands offer at $100 or less. You get G10 handles with barrel spacers and plastic washers. You get a chisel grind that the community has debated for 20 years because it is ground on the side that makes it less functional for right-handed users. And you get fit and finish that knife forums have documented extensively as inconsistent, with complaints ranging from lock stick and gritty pivots to blade centering issues that you would not accept from a brand charging half the price. Emerson knives are tough. They will take abuse. But at almost $200, tough is not enough when competitors are delivering tough, refined, and better steel for less money. Quick pause. If you carry a tactical folder every day, good or bad, expensive or budget, I want to hear about it. Drop it in the comments. Those real-world carry stories are worth more than any spec sheet. Number 2 is Medford Knives. This is the brand that turned Overbuilt into an identity. Medford folders are enormous, heavy, and built like they were designed to survive a car crash. And for certain people, that aesthetic is the entire appeal. But here is the problem. A Medford Praetorian runs between $400 and $600. The blade steel, on many of their most popular models, is D2. D2 is a perfectly good tool steel. It is hard, it holds an edge respectably, and it is widely available. It is also the same steel you will find on folders costing $30 to $80 from brands like Ontario, Krecht, and Civivi. At Medford's price point, brands like Hinderer and Chris Reeve are offering S45VN, titanium construction, and hand-fitted tolerances that justify premium pricing through demonstrable material superiority. Medford is charging custom-tier prices for tool steel knives with a warranty process that multiple owners have described as frustrating, including return shipping costs the customer has to eat and hardware that came back marred. The knives are built to last. The value proposition is not. And number 1, the tactical knife brand with the widest gap between what you pay and what you actually get is Benchmade. Now this one genuinely hurts, because Benchmade has built some of the greatest folding knives ever produced. The 940 Osborne is an icon. The Griptilian changed what a working folder could be. The axis lock is one of the best mechanisms in the industry, but here is where the story turns. Benchmade's Trustpilot rating sits at 2.1 stars. 1 in 4 experienced knife users polled on the largest blade forum in the world said the premium is not justified. Documented complaints include off-center blades, inconsistent grinds, blade play on brand new knives, and axis lock omega springs that break under normal use. Their prices keep climbing, regularly pushing $250 to $350 for folders, while the QC issues that forums and reviewers have flagged for years have not been resolved with the consistency you would expect at that price tier. A $299 mini infidel that will not lock into place after 2 warranty returns is not a quality problem. That is a trust problem. The honest caveat is that many Benchmade owners have flawless examples and swear by the brand, and the LifeSharp warranty is genuinely generous. But when the community consensus is, buy it from a dealer where you can inspect it first, that tells you everything about where the quality control stands. Now let us talk about the knives that will outcut every single brand on that list. Number 5 is the QSP Penguin, $30. That is not a typo. For $30 you get D2 steel, with a properly executed flat grind, smooth action on bearings, a deep carry pocket clip, and ergonomics that reviewers who own $300 knives describe as exceptional. The Penguin has become the default answer to the question, what should I buy first? And for good reason. It is the knife that proved the budget segment could deliver fit, finish, and performance that previously required 5 times the investment. Number 4 is the Ontario RAT1 in D2. This knife was designed by the same minds behind SA fixed blades, which are considered among the toughest field knives on earth. The RAT1 gives you a 3.6-inch D2 blade with a full flat grind that slices like a knife, costing 3 times the price. The liner lock is rock solid. The ergonomics fill the hand. And at $30 to $40, this is the knife that people compare to their Benchmade Griptilians and conclude it delivers 80% of the performance for 25% of the cost. It is not refined. It is not pretty. It is a workhorse that does not care what you paid for it, and that is exactly the point. Number 3 is the Krecht M16 series. Columbia River Knife and Tool has been making these out of Oregon since the mid-90s, and they have become a quiet favorite among military personnel who want a dependable folder that costs less than a nice dinner. The newer crossbar lock versions in D2 steel offer deployment speed, lock strength, and durability that rival folders at 3 times the price. For $40 to $60, you get a knife with actual military field heritage, not marketing heritage. Number 2 is the Civivi Elementum. This is the knife that changed the budget game forever. Civivi is the budget line of Wei knife, a Chinese manufacturer with quality control standards that have stunned the knife community. The Elementum ships with a button lock, your choice of blade steels ranging from Nitro V to S35VN, and fit and finish so clean that reviewers routinely compare it to knives costing 4 times as much. $50 to $60 for a knife in S35VN with centered blade, zero play, and action that drops shut on its own weight. That is not good for the money. That is just good. And number 1, the the hidden gem that will outcut every overpriced tactical folder on the market, is the Cold Steel Recon 1. This knife was built to be used like you hate it, and it will not break. The Triad lock, designed by custom maker Andrew Demko, is arguably the strongest folding knife lock ever produced. It has been tested to withstand forces that would destroy liner locks and frame locks from brands charging 3 times as much. The current production Recon 1 ships with S35VN steel, which is a premium American-made stainless that brands like Benchmade and Chris Reeve use in knives costing $200 to $300. Cold Steel sells it for around $80 to $100. The blade geometry is aggressive and functional. The ergonomics are designed for a full grip under real pressure, and the reputation among hard-use knife owners is simple. It just works. No lock failures, no Omega spring surprises, no blade play after years of carry. Just a knife that cuts and keeps cutting. And that brings us to the principle. The single question that separates a knife worth carrying from one that is robbing you blind is not what brand is on the blade. It is what steel is in the blade, how well was it heat treated, and how strong is the lock. Everything else, the logo, the limited edition anodizing, the Instagram photos, the word tactical in the listing title, all of that is packaging. And packaging does not cut anything. Now you know the difference. Choose accordingly. And if you have a budget blade that has outperformed a knife 10 times its price, tell me about it in the comments. Those are the stories that keep this community honest.